Hello, this is Ron Foster with Edgewood ISD Instructional Technology Department. This video is part 3 of 4 short videos designed to help you be more aware of what your child may encounter on the internet. The majority of sexual solicitations and aggressive solicitations occur among older teens. Most teens are solicited by their peers or young adults in a very casual way and report not being very bothered by it. Many of them simply remove themselves from the situation by blocking the person who sent the inappropriate request, asking them to stop, or leaving the site. Although most teens aren't bothered by sexual solicitations, there are some that lead to dangerous online relationships with predatory offenders. In these cases, the offenders begin to play on children's vulnerabilities by offering them affection and attention. This manipulative process is called grooming. Offenders entice children by exploiting their natural curiosity about sex, lowering the child's inhibition by gradually introducing explicit images and child sex abuse images, using his or her adult status to influence and control a child's behavior, or offering gifts like cell phones and gift cards. It is important to note that sexual exploitation and abuse does not always involve grooming. All inappropriate or exploitive behavior needs to be addressed and reported. Here are some signs of grooming you should look for. Check if your child is receiving gifts through the mail, like bus tickets, cell phones, and web cameras, calling unknown numbers, rejecting family and friends in favor of spending time online, getting upset when he or she can't get online, minimizing the screen or turning off the monitor when you come into the room. A good way to check if your child might be involved in inappropriate activities is to randomly pick up their phone just to see what their reaction is. If you see any of these signs, don't ignore them. Talk to your children. Check out what they're doing online and who they're talking to. Get help immediately if you suspect something is wrong. Again, all inappropriate, abusive, and exploitive behavior needs to be responded to and reported whether or not signs of grooming are present. Even though the majority of sexual solicitations target girls, boys are targeted too, and often they do not report the incidents. In this video, Ryan and Noah reveal how dangerous it can be to trust someone you've met online.
It happened to me 5 years ago. My parents were divorcing and things at school and with friends weren't too good. I felt like the world was falling down around me. That's when I met someone online. We would chat about everything in my life. I finally had someone to take my side and see things my way. I had someone who put me first. No matter how much I thought we could trust each other, I knew better than to meet in person with someone I had met on the internet. But one day, when school was dismissed early, there was someone waiting for me at my front door. I never thought I'd find myself in this situation. I learned the hard way that no matter who you think you're talking to online, there are people out there looking to hurt you. It doesn't matter if they're male or female, or if they look a little rough around the edges, or even if they're the most beautiful person. These people exist, online and in the real world.
It happened to me too. I was 14 and someone online sent me a private message. I shouldn't have responded, but I messaged back and 7 days later, agreed to be picked up outside of my house at midnight. I was taken to another house and what happened there was terrifying. I'll remember it for the rest of my life. I felt numb and powerless and didn't know what to do. I was too afraid to tell my parents and ashamed of what everyone would think of me. But hiding it was a mistake. I saw the car that I was taking and driving around my neighborhood all summer long. Was I being targeted again, or was someone else being victimized? I finally decided to tell someone.
I have to live with the decision I made to trust someone I met on the internet.
But the important thing is that I told someone. I'm not a victim, but a survivor.
There are several things you can do to keep your child safe from predatory offenders. Talk to your child about sex and relationships. Talk to them about what makes a healthy relationship. Have an open door policy so they will not seek answers or inappropriate relationships online. Keep in mind that many teens are flattered by attention from older people. Make it clear that a 22-year-old flirting with them is not flattering. It's inappropriate. This type of conversation can even start with young children. Talk to them about what is okay for people to talk about online and what is not okay. Set a policy about meeting offline for older teens. If you're not comfortable with it, then tell them they are not allowed to meet online friends in person. If you think it's okay, then establish rules to make it safer. Suggested rules include having teens get your permission before agreeing to meet, go with you or another adult, meet in a public place and not leave. Know your child's online friends. Encourage them not to accept friends' requests from anyone they don't already know. Ask questions about the people on their friends list, such as, how did you meet? And what do you talk about? Keep in mind that some offenders use the internet to target minors they already know. If someone your child knows contacts them online, they should check with you before responding. Teach your child the warning signs. Talk to them about grooming and ways people may try to manipulate them. Above all, call the police if you suspect your child is having inappropriate conversations or relationships online. You should also file a report with the website or app where they've had these conversations. Here is an example of a 15-year-old who made a report about inappropriate behavior online. Remind your children that even if they are not bothered by an inappropriate comment, they should still report it to help keep the internet safe for others. Remind them that the person sending them inappropriate messages or pictures may try to do the same thing to another child who is younger or more vulnerable. You can also make a report to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's Cyber Tip Line. All reports made to the Cyber Tip Line are made available to law enforcement. Make a report if anyone sends your child photos or videos containing obscene content, anyone asks your child to send sexual images, anyone speaks to your child in a sexual manner, anyone asks your child to meet in person. You can contact them at www.cybertipline.org or 1-800-THE-LOST. Remember, the most important thing is to communicate with your children about what they're doing online. Continue the conversation by asking about their interests. Discuss things with them regularly so they know you're available and have an open mind. Kids need to know that you won't freak out and stop them from going online if something happens. You may not be able to protect them from everything, but you can teach them how to make responsible choices when they encounter a problem. This is Ron Foster with the Edgewood Instructional Technology Department. Part 4 of this video series is up next. Thank you.